Hello guys, my name is Borax the Mighty. In my entire league career, I've been a fill main, so aka a support player. Sometimes playing the same old supports can get tiring, so I want to find out how viable and how much fun it can be to play other champions in the support role. I'll be judging the support's early game with the categories invading, laning, and roaming, and then take a look at the transition into late game where supports have to engage, peel, and their participation in overall teamfighting. Today we'll be looking at Amumu, the sad mummy, and we'll rate how good he is as a support. Let's begin looking at Amumu's ability to support in the early game by his ability to invade. I would give Amumu an A rating for invading. Amumu's Q, Bandage Toss, provides a good CC tool for your team to follow up on in order to secure a kill. Sadly, in 6 Amumu support games that I played, my team either refused to invade, or like in this case, the enemy just wasn't to be found. The reason why Amumu doesn't get a higher rating is because if the enemy team is anticipating an invade, you will most likely die if you Bandage Toss into the enemy, as will force you front and center of the entire enemy opposing team. I like to judge overall laning phase based on 3 categories: poking, peeling, and all-inning. Let's first take a look at the main reason why you should play Amumu support, and that is for his insane harass and overbearing poke that... Okay, I lied. When it comes to poking, Amumu is pretty useless overall. The only way you might be able to get some poke off is if you land a Q while your W is active and quickly proc an E. But if you decide not to all in and have to scurry off, then you will take a bunch of harass from the enemy ADC and support. And if you try to do that twice in lane, you'll already be out of mana. Peeling is another thing Amumu can kinda do, but he isn't the best at. If your ADC gets engaged on, your ability to peel is reliant fully on your ability to land your bandage shots, or having to utilize your ultimate if it is up. However, Amumu does dish out decent-ish DPS if you are right next to your opponent with his W and E, so maybe you can help your ADC secure a kill that way. The main reason why Amumu's support is even somewhat viable is due to the fact that he can all in decently well when he hits level 6, as long as you combine your QCC with your ultimate CC. The more bold strategy is to go for the bandage toss first. If you land it on a target, it is almost always a guaranteed kill if you follow it up with your ADC's damage and your ultimate. An advantage that Amumu has is that you can't flash out of his ult range when he is on top of you. The ultimate is big enough that it will still catch you along its edge. Overall, I'd give Amumu a B- for laning phase. If you are able to survive their early levels and can get a couple of 2-man ults off that lead to your ADC getting kills, then you can gain an advantage that will help you win games. However, it can be quite easy to fall behind as Amumu, or feel rather useless in lane due to your clear lack of peel and poke. I would give Amumu support an A rating for his ability to roam from bot lane in order to help his jungler. While this footage is admittedly older, it is now more important than ever for the jungler to get help from his laners in order to secure dragons and other objectives. The reason why I give Amumu an A rating is because his long-range Q stun allows him to get into the fight rather quickly. Also, if you do get in the fight, you actually dish out fairly decent damage, even without items, due to solid DPS from your W and E. For Amumu's overall early game rating, I give him a F-. Sorry, I was looking at my Draven support notes. A good ability to roam, and not the worst laning phase, I would say that when it comes to all the champions out here, Amumu is an A- support in my mind. A combination of decent damage and solid CC will make him one of the better supports. His lack of a very solid lane presence is what will keep him back from being one of the best supports in League of Legends. Amumu is one of the best engagers in the entire game, and the main reason why playing him as a support makes sense. Once you're able to get out of laning phase, which might mean after the enemy bot lane has killed your tower sadly, Amumu's support can really shine. If the enemy team is ever grouped up together, you can initiate the fight by landing a bandage toss and ulting soon after in order to CC many people. Alternatively, if you suck at this game like I do, you can still pull off a good engagement by flashing in and landing a multi-man root with your ult, which still helps your team lock down some kills. However, even though you are really good at initiating, if you do go in and your team can't follow up, you have no way of getting out, and will get mowed down like my neighbor's grass at 8 AM on the weekends while I'm trying to sleep. I'd give Amumu a S+ rating for engaging. He's the perfect example of an engaged champion, and my thoughts on that does not change even if he has a bit less gold because he's been supporting all game. I would give Amumu a C- rating when it comes to peeling. Like I talked about in lane, Amumu isn't the best peeling option for support, as his 2 CC options are more big impact abilities with long cooldowns, and he doesn't have the shields and heals other supports provide. Sometimes, instead of peeling, it's better just to leave your teammates behind, like this Yasuo, but make sure you click the no vote on the surrender while you run away in order to prolong his misery. Amumu's teamfighting is pretty strong overall, and I would give it a S- rating. Again, you have one of the biggest impact ults in the entire game with your ultimate ability that can root the entire enemy team. Combine that with surprisingly solid DPS with your tiers and spammable E, and natural tankiness with E passive, which allows you to take less damage from auto attacks, you end up getting a support that can provide a very positive impact if your team decides to stop getting caught out every possible second and actually group up for once. Overall, I'd give Amumu an A rating for being a support. I would highly recommend going tank as his abilities have enough impact where you can afford to deal less damage, but if you want to try something more spicy, an AP oriented build is fully acceptable, albeit a little less effective as you will most likely get blown up. If you want to go a more tanky build, I would recommend prioritizing Gargoyle's Stoneplate and Zeke's Convergence, as they both synergize with Amumu's playstyle very well. Your goal is to be in the middle of as many people as possible, and having the Stoneplate active will keep you alive for as long as possible. The burn that you get from Zeke's and extra damage can also be very valuable as it helps you to peel and stay on your enemies. If you want to go for an AP oriented build, I like the core items of Rylai's and Liandry's for a decent amount of tankiness with good AP DPS and slows, followed by Azania's for the same reason as you would build a Gargoyle Stoneplate, as it will help keep you alive when you are surrounded by enemies. No matter what build path you choose, I highly recommend getting the Relic Shield gold income item, as well as Moby Boots almost every game, as it will better enable you to perform your support lead duties. And as a friendly reminder, you might want to throw in a couple pink wards here and there. In the end, I would definitely recommend giving Amumu Support a try, and if you do, let me know how it goes in the comments below. I think next champion I will review in the support role will be a traditional marksman, so make sure to subscribe if you'd be interested in more of these videos. Thank you once again for watching, and good luck, have fun if you're trying out Amumu Support. You will probably need it.